Hello, beautiful people out there all around the world. So, I have attempted this once before, and here we go again. Weekly class. This one, we're going to be talking about discovering your truth so you can shine your light in the world. And the first step in that is going to be awareness. So, part of the conversation I like to have around this is resistance versus resilience. Many of you know me as the resilient mother and someone who likes to shine her light, hence the sparkly shirt. So, this journey all started for me, as maybe it did for you, in a down period of my life. And it started with a self compassion class and the awareness of why has my life not gone in the direction that I was hoping and intending to go. Not that everyone's journey is linear, and mine certainly was not. So, on this journey, I discovered self discovery as kind of a first step. Self compassion and self discovery go hand in hand because you really have to do a deep dive into who you are. And something that I realized going through the course, when you come to the end, you have to completely accept yourself as you are. And I couldn't do it. And I'm like, I've done all this work. I did this course. This doesn't make sense. Why can't I fully accept myself as I am? Well, it turned out I didn't really know who I was. The way I had grown up, the way I had been living, was all about outside validation, unfortunately. And it was also a self protection mechanism. I had learned to become a chameleon to whoever I was and in whatever relationship I was in, because that's how I survived growing up and felt accepted and felt loved, was by meeting other people's needs and not my own, and actually being seen as valuable for sacrificing my own needs for others, to an extreme that I found I had given myself away. And that's no way to live. So you're definitely not living your truth if you're living for everyone else or for something else. And you can't be happy there because you can't make everyone else happy, and you cannot put happiness on some event or on someone. It has to come from you. There's a popular meme out there of a little person very content with this sparkling jar full of happiness. There's another person next to them going, "Where did you find that?" And the answer is, I created it. So the first step in awareness is really to take stock on what are you creating in your life? What are the patterns that affect you? And two main areas that you can work on these are emotions and thoughts. Those are patterns that are very prevalent, even if they come from your subconscious. Some of those things need to be healed and need to be dealt with. But the beautiful thing is, your brain can be retrained. Those patterns can be broken, but not until you are aware of them. So that is why meditation, journaling, being quiet, and sitting with oneself are so powerful. There's a new movement where we are so busy and so bombarded that we need to take what is now called solitude, almost sanctuary with ourselves, to make sure we're whole and in alignment with everything that we're doing in our life, that we're living our truth, because therein lies the happiness we can create from ourselves. The power has been within you all along. It's right in here. And you have to get in your heart and out of your head to really discover that. Now, what do I mean? Well, with emotions and with thoughts, there's some things that you need to be aware of. These are very much something you're dealing with every day. Some of it is automatic. Some of it is not, but there's some things you can do about it. What do I mean? Well, for example, emotions. Your emotions are not you. Your emotions are chemical reactions that naturally happen from the circumstances and the things that are happening around you in your life or in your relationships. If you have a relationship that ends, that you are not expecting, that hurts, you're allowed to hurt. That's a natural reaction. You're allowed to have pain. If something amazing happens and it excites you and you get all, that is also a chemical reaction to your body and stimuli and those endorphin rushes and those things. Now, we are dopamine drenched in our world today. So it can become confusing what really aligns with you and what is the truth for you. But here's the thing about it. Become aware. Now, your emotions are that chemical reaction. They're going to happen. But you don't have to become them. They are not you. I feel bad, therefore I am bad. I feel sad, therefore I am depressed. Not necessarily. That might be your reaction because your body's trying to protect you. It doesn't want to feel that negative emotion again. It doesn't want to have that traumatic experience again. Or wants to have that good feeling and that good experience again and will keep feeding it. But it has to be something healthy and sustainable in order for it to continue. But you are not your emotions. You decide the meaning, which is the feeling about those emotions. Two different things. Your emotions are the chemical reaction. Your feeling, what you choose to feel about that emotion, what you choose to keep about that emotion, is a choice. It's the meaning you put on that. That is how you have to separate yourself, that you are not that emotion. You need to acknowledge the emotions. You do need to take a look at them. And you need to go, why is this emotion coming up for me? Is it something I should keep, or is it something I need to let go of? Really, it is, what is the lesson here? Is there a pattern I need to break here? Is this a feeling I don't want to have? Where was the trigger for this emotion? I'm in charge of my triggers. I'm in charge of how I react and take responsibility for what happens in my life. So that's the emotional side of it. When you can master your emotions and your energy, life gets a lot easier and a lot better. Then you get to be in an energy that is in alignment with you, and you will be surprised that you can light up a room. You can even change the energy of a room that you walk into when you are living in your true light and your true truth. The next thing, and this may go one way or the other for you. For me, it was emotions first, and then it's thoughts. But maybe it's the other way for you. Everyone's different. Everyone's unique. So try what works for you. But once you figure out emotions, thoughts are another one that you have to address. You are not your thoughts. Some thoughts are patterns from the way you grew up. If you have trauma, there are some very strong pathways that you need to address. And again, like I said, there's hope. There is always hope for change with the right motivation and the right tools and strategies in place. You can always grow and you can always progress when you set yourself up to succeed. So with thoughts, you have to make sure you are aware of what you're telling yourself. What is the story that you are telling yourself? A really great exercise is to sit down and talk about your story from beginning to end, and then from end to beginning, and beginning to end again, a couple times. Once you do that, either out loud with someone else or in a journal setting, this is a technique from the Coaching Institute that I learned. It can be done really quickly, or you can take as much time as you want to get as much detail as you want in this practice. But the idea is to figure out what are the patterns and the stories that you are saying about your own life. Do you want to be the victim or the victor? Are you taking responsibility and accountability in the right places? Are there family generational patterns? Is there trauma? Is there self-doubt? Do you feel like you're not enough? Is that why you're holding back? Do you not feel worthy? What are your blocks? What are the breakthroughs that you need to make? What are the patterns that you need to change? What do you need to take more responsibility for in what you are creating with your very thoughts? And you can separate those thoughts. Some thoughts, you could have a very high critical mind that shouts at you about not being enough or not measuring up. That's probably not you. That may be something from someone in your past, a well-meaning parent that wants to hold you to high standards, or a bad experience you had with a teacher or with someone, and it really landed with you as a child and stuck with you. Now it's time to go back and heal that. That's why they talk about healing the inner child and those kind of things is because some of the very ingrained patterns in our subconscious and in our mind that do not serve us come from a time of our development. Things that happen when we were developing and growing as a child, unfortunately and fortunately, can stay with us the rest of our lives. What happens to you as a young baby in particular and how you were cared for can affect the rest of your life. But again, there's hope. There's always the opportunity to be coached, to be counseled, to find a strategy or a therapy that will get breakthroughs for you and allow you to make the progress that you want to make. And then you can be living in your truth and your alignment. And that is the world that I want to see more of, because as more people step into their light and into their truth, it gives other people permission to do the same. And when we are living in alignment, we can be love and give love and receive love, which is the most powerful force on earth. But like all things, you first have to start with yourself. So finding your true self is knowing who you are, controlling your emotions and your thoughts, and loving the good parts about you, and being compassionate towards the things that have just become a part of you. They don't have to identify you. They can be separate from you as you make progress and step into who you truly want to be and who you were truly destined to be. I call that journey resilience. Developing your own unique resilience will lead you to who you truly are and yet you were meant to do. So that is the little lesson for today. As more people join us, I will be able to do Q&A and answer questions. Thank you for joining me or for watching this. I am now a certified high performance coach. I am looking forward to working with you or with someone you know to help them have a resilient transformation that allows them to step into their true self and perform at higher levels to achieve their goals, their dreams, and leave their legacy. So if you'd like to know more about that, please reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you. I would love to hear your resilient story. I would love to learn how you have stepped into your true self or what part of that journey you are on. We are all here to support and uplift each other. We need each other. And I think we've learned that more than ever the last few years. So I believe in you, believe in yourself. God bless, and we will see you next time. Next week, same time, same channel.